So in this video, I would like to share with you my experience living in two cities, which is Dubai and Sydney. So if you're planning to move here from Dubai to Sydney, so please keep watching. And just a quick disclaimer, um, everything in this video is based on my experience, personal experience, and mga experience na mga friends ko na na-share ko, which is I mentioned also if na-experience ko siya o hindi. So, kung ano man yung mga na-experience ko dito, posibleng iba sa na-experience ng iba or iba sa mga na-experience mo. So, whatever I mention in this video is 100% based on my experience and based on my story. So, let's start with the weather. So, alam naman nating lahat na napakainit sa Dubai. Yes. It can reach up to 45 to 50 degrees Celsius, especially during summer. But personally, based on my experience, hindi ko ramdam yung sobrang init. Depende siguro sa lifestyle or sa work, field of work mo. But kasi ako, nag-work ako sa um, hospitality industry. So, um, from my accommodation, may service ako sa labas ng apartment ko, going directly dun sa entrance ng hotel. So, hindi ko gano'n karamdam yung init during summer. And second is, mostly sa Dubai, I'm not sure if lahat, but mostly ng mga waiting area ng bus waiting area, may aircon. I'm not so sure if lahat ba, but dun sa area kung saan ako nakatira sa Dubai, yes, merong aircon yung waiting area ng bus. And yung mga apartment din kasi, mostly na natiran ko and sa mga accommodation na natiran ko, naka-aircon talaga, centralized or aircon. And I remember when I was still in Mandarin, working in Mandarin Oriental, yung accommodation namin is centralized aircon, yung buong apartment. So, kasama sa house rule na we're not allowed to turn off yung AC. So, hindi namin siya pwedeng patayin kasi nga, um, according to them na pag pinatay namin yung AC, magmo-moist yung wall and masisira siya. So, kailangan talagang nakabukas yung aircon buong araw. Kung nilalamig kami, pwede mo siyang hinaan pero hindi mo siya pwede patayin. Mostly talaga ng mga lugar sa Dubai is naka-aircon. Even yung hallway ng apartment, grocery, syempre malls, 'di ba? Talagang naka-aircon. So hindi ko siya gano'n karamdam. I mean ako, I'm not so sure about other people but based on my experience, hindi ko talaga ramdam yung init kasi nga if lalabas man ako parang very minimal lang yung time na nasa labas ako na walang aircon kasi kahit saan ako magpunta, merong AC. And also, there's a lot of indoor activity options sa Dubai talaga. Parang even during summer, maraming pwedeng magawa indoor. Maraming activity na naka-indoor like if you're familiar with IMG, ano siya, how can I say, um, para siyang indoor park siya. The best is indoor park, may mga rides, para siyang Universal Studio na nasa loob. So, indoor. So, naka-aircon siya. So, hindi mo kailangan mainitan. Um, sa loob din ng mga mall, sobrang daming activities na puwedeng magawa sa loob ng mall. You can do ski sa loob ng mall. Meron din aquarium sa loob ng giant aquarium sa loob ng mall. So, maraming indoor activity options sa Dubai. So, hindi mo ramdam or ako, personally, hindi ko masyadong ramdam yung init sa Dubai during summer kasi nga marami akong options, marami akong puwedeng gawin during summer na indoor. But here in Sydney, we have 4 seasons. So, mas ramdam mo yung transition ng taon. So, we have spring, summer, autumn, winter. So, but you know what? Medyo may pagka-bipolar din yung weather dito sa Sydney. Like, may mga days during summer na malamig. May mga days during winter na warm. Kaya kaya nga minsan, I always come prepare every day na may dala akong umbrella or jacket kasi nga you'll never know. Puwedeng umulan during summertime like today, dapat may malamig ngayon dahil winter. But I woke up very warm and very sunny today. Unpredictable din yung weather dito sa Sydney. So, minsan, mahirap mag-plan ng activities like for example, going to the beach o kaya mag-barbecue outside kasi bigla na lang uulan. Like literally, may mga days na paggising ko sobrang sunny and then after few minutes, like literally few minutes, biglang uulan. Then after few minutes again, aaraw siya ulit. So, very, very unpredictable yung weather dito sa Sydney. Now, second on my list is lifestyle and work-life balance. So, let's talk about Dubai first. So, I feel like Dubai is a very fast-paced city talaga. As in, lahat mabilis, lahat nagmamadali, at lahat talaga is priority is to work and save money no, sa Dubai. So, makikita mo yun, mafe-feel mo yung vibes pag nasa mga metro station ka. Feeling mo, yung mga, lalo na during rush hour, yung papasok pa lang yung mga tao sa office, ramdam mo yung na nagmamadali sila, sobrang bilis. Unlike here in Sydney, very, very, very laid back. As in, ramdam na ramdam ko yan sa first few weeks ko dito, na pagdating ko dito sa Sydney na sobrang laid back nung lifestyle. Yung mga tao very chill. Especially nung nag-work na ako sa Northern Beaches, yung mas ramdam na ramdam mo parang times five yung pagka-laid back sa sa mga sa Northern Beaches area. Kaya nga nung medyo malaki yung adjustment ko nung dumating ako dito sa Sydney, especially nung nag-start na ako mag-work kasi um, sobrang chill nung work environment dito sa Sydney compare sa Dubai. Naalala ko nung nasa Dubai pa ako, I always come at least 15 minutes ng, schedule ko kasi nga para makapag-settle ako ng mas maaga, para mas marami akong magawa, mas marami akong maumpisahan. Um, Unlike here in Sydney, naalala ko on my first day, pumasok ako ng 5 minutes earlier ng shift ko and guess what? Pinabalik ako ng amo ko. Sabi niya, "Ali, you still have 5 minutes. You can still drink coffee. Just come on time." Imagine that. And same din pagka-uwian na kasi I'm not so sure sa iba but sa Dubai kasi dun sa mga napagtrabahuhan ko, very common yung overtime. Hindi common, well, hindi very, very common na umuwi kami on time. At least sometimes we spend like, we extend at least 10 minutes more or 5 minutes more, ganon. Pero bihirang on time, like on the dot. But here sa Sydney, like literally 1 minute or 5 minutes to 1 minute before your shift ends, sasabihan na remind ka na nila na, "Oh, Ali, you're gonna finish soon, start preparing to go home." Ganon. Ganon siya. So, very, very rare naman, baliktad naman. Dito sa Sydney, very rare na nag-overtime kami. Like, very, very, very rare talaga. If kailangan man namin mag-overtime dahil lang may nag may nag-call in sick or some emergency, but very rare talaga. At least sa case ko, very rare talaga na nag-overtime kami. Lagi kami pinapauwi on time. And one more fact about working here in Sydney is like we get extra pay if we work on weekend. And also, we get extra pay or double pay when we work on holiday. Unlike sa Dubai, we don't get extra pay pag nag-work kami ng weekend. But if we work during holiday, we get extra day off. Yes, extra day off but not extra pay. So, sa Dubai, pag nag-work kami ng holiday, next week instead of having 2 days, magiging 3 days yung off namin. But here in Sydney, we get paid or kung gusto namin ng extra day off. So, depende sa amin. Tatanungin ng amo namin na if we want to get paid or we want to work during holiday to get paid or get extra day off next week. So, third on my list is cost of living. So, alam naman nating lahat na Sydney and Dubai is talagang very, very, very expensive city to live. Um, let's talk about Dubai first. So, Dubai is kilala bilang most expensive city to live in, and Dubai also known as a luxury city. Yes. Sobrang mahal ng cost of living sa Dubai. Not only as a temporary resident but also as a tourist, sobrang mahal mag-tour sa Dubai. But during my time, actually based on sa experience ko din, hindi ko rin ramdam yung yung pagiging, mataas yung cost of living sa Dubai. Hindi ko na siya gano'n karamdam kasi nga sa Dubai, ah, mostly kasama sa salary package mo yung cost of living mo. Like, I'm not so sure again if lahat ba ng company or lahat ng field gano'n, but at least sa case ko is sagot ng lahat ng natrabahuhan ko, lahat ng company na napasukan ko sa Dubai is sagot nila yung accommodation ko, transportation, and food. So, normally, they're gonna ask you if you wanna stay in the accommodation. Merong provided accommodation, or if you want to live out, gusto mong maghanap ng sarili mong apartment. So, ibibigay nila sa iyo yung equivalent money ng apartment. Like for example, during my time, ang accommodation allowance ko is worth 3,000. So, for example, makahanap ako ng mas murang apartment, which is makakahanap naman talaga ako para sa price na yun. So, akin na yung for example, nakahanap ako ng 2,000 dirhams na apartment. So, may kickback na ako na 1,000. But, uh, normally talaga I stay in the accommodation kasi mas convenient yun para sa akin. Kasi nga, if you stay in the accommodation, merong free transportation service. So, from the accommodation, susunduin ka sa apartment, sa baba ng apartment mo, and then i-drop ka sa hotel. So, directly. So, for me, mas convenient yun. Saka, merong cafeteria, yung mga accommodation. Normally, talaga, sa mga napagtrabahuhan ko sa Dubai is yung accommodation, meron laging cafeteria. And yung cafeteria is it's not like the Pipichugi type na cafeteria. It's like four-star hotel buffet. Ganun yung peg niya. At least sa mga napasukan ko, ganun yung peg niya. Like, may live station, may pasta station, pizza, maraming variety ng food, may Arabic, Filipino, may Asian cuisine, may continental, may mga salad station, pasta, burger, sandwiches, coffee, drinks. So, nandun lahat. So, fresh fruit. So, parang hindi mo na talaga kailangan pang mag-grocery or bumili ng food unless nag-crave ka ng food na wala doon sa ano, sa sa cafeteria. But for me, sobrang enough na yung variety ng food na meron doon sa cafeteria namin. So, hindi na ako gumagastos for food. And I forgot to mention the Medicard or the Medicare. I don't know how do you call it. I forgot how they call it in Dubai, but the Medicare, the insurance, actually the insurance, the medical insurance card is provided na rin talaga by the company. So, hindi ko na siya binabayaran. Or I don't know if binabawas ba yun sa package ko, but hindi ako nagbabayad nun. Yung company namin yung nagbabayad nun. Unlike here in Sydney, kailangan ko kumuha ng sarili kong private insurance and bayaran yun by my own expense. Now, let's talk about Sydney. Yes. Same ng Dubai. Sydney is very expensive also. But, you know, mas ramdam ko yung pagiging mataas ang cost of living dito sa Sydney. Why? Because iba kasi yung package dito compared sa Dubai. Like here, yung accommodation or yung bahay or yung apartment mo, ikaw ang sariling maghahanap at sariling magbabayad. So, kailangan mo magbayad ng deposit or bonds sa apartment. So, kailangan ko magbayad ng sarili kong medical insurance Unlike sa Dubai, provided siya ng company ko. But here, no. As a temporary resident, kailangan ko kumuha ng sarili kong private insurance. Um, food, food is provided during break time lang. Break time, during time na nag-work ako is provided siya. Unlike sa Dubai is, since provided yung food or may cafeteria may cafeteria sa accommodation namin, pwede kaming kumain o kumuha ng food anytime of the day. It's whether may pasok man kami o wala kaming pasok, may day off man namin or hindi, entitled kami kumuha ng food anytime talaga. As in, kahit ilan, kahit buong araw ka dun sa cafeteria, kahit ilang coffee, kahit ilang meal ang kainin mo, provided yon. Unlike here in Sydney, provided ang food, yes, but during working time lang and limited lang 'yun. Some of the places na napasukan ko, like some of the venue na napagtrabahuhan ko, entitled kami sa one meal per shift, which is worth $30 and free drinks, any drink. But may venue din na napagtrabahuhan naman ako na they cook their own food. So you can eat as much as you want. Pwede kang mag-take home kung may natira, but kung ano lang yung nandun, yun lang. Hindi siya katulad sa Dubai na pwede kang kumain breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So, dito sa Sydney, provided ang food per shift. Kung may pasok ka, makakain ka. Pero kung wala kang work, hindi ka makakain. So, cost of living, parehas expensive. But mas nakaka-save ako sa Dubai. Yes, mas nakaka-save ako when I was in Dubai kasi nga, wala na akong iba pang gagastusin maliban sa luho ko or sa cravings ko or ano man, extra expenses like shopping, yun na lang talaga. But here in Sydney, kailangan mo talaga budgeted yung salary mo. Kasi nga, dun mo kukunin lahat ng pangbayad mo. Unlike sa Dubai, is bayad, kumbaga, pag nakuha mo yung salary mo, bayad na yung transportation mo, bayad na yung bahay mo, wala rin kami binabayarang electricity and water bills. Wala kaming bills. So, the only bill na binabayaran ko nung nasa Dubai ako is yung data, yung mobile data ko. Yun lang. And Wi-Fi sa bahay, electricity, water sa accommodation, wala kaming binabayaran, provided yun. So, unlike here sa Sydney is, pag tanggap mo ng salary mo, kailangan mo siya budgetin sa lahat ng bills mo. Private insurance, ah, bayad sa rent, bills, water bill, electricity, and gas bill, data provider, yan, ganyan. So, mas ramdam ko yung taas ng cost of living dito kasi plus naggo-grocery rin ako kasi nga hindi naman laging provided yung pagkain dito sa Sydney, dito sa work namin. Kumbaga, nakakuha lang ako ng free meal pag may pasok ako. Pero paano pag day off ko? So, kailangan ko pa rin mag-grocery na mga basic needs ko. So, number 4 is safety and rules. So, let's talk about Dubai first. Dubai, talagang sobrang, 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 sobrang safe talaga, I can say. But of course, it's not 100% sure. May mga crime pa rin talaga sa Dubai. It's not only Dubai, it's everywhere. But when it comes to safety talaga, I can say na sobrang safe sa Dubai. Sa buong stay ko, for like, I live in Dubai for 5 years, wala akong naging issue about safety. Talagang safe. Even yung may mga friends ako na nakaiwan ng phone nila sa mga public transportation like bus and taxi. Talagang nag-e-effort yung taxi driver para ibalik yung phone mo or if ever man maiwanan mo yung phone mo or yung mga valuable items mo sa public area, I can guarantee na pagbalik mo nandun pa rin. But of course, I will not say 100% safe or 100% no crime. Yes, there's still crime pa rin talaga sa Dubai, but overall safety, safe talaga. I can say na safe sa Dubai. Even I remember nung pupunta kami sa beach. So, yung cellphone namin, iniiwan lang namin dun sa may sand. At pagbalik namin, nandun pa rin naman. So, siguro depending on the area, ah safe talaga. I can say na, safe to say na safe ang Dubai. Tsaka sa Dubai kasi, takot ang mga tao sa pulis. Unlike here sa Sydney, um, maybe because there's so much freedom here, sobrang parang sobrang free yung mga tao dito sa Sydney to do whatever they want. Hindi sila hindi sila masyadong takot sa pulis. There's some instances na minsan sinisita ng pulis, ta's sinisigawan-sigawan lang nila yung pulis. No, well, yun yung something na nakikita ko talaga by my own eyes. So, something I can share na hindi hindi gano'n ka hindi gaanong takot yung mga tao sa pulis dito sa Sydney compare nung nasa Dubai pa ako. Talagang alam mo, ewan ko, ako rin maski wala naman akong ginagawang masama, parang iba yung kaba ko 'pag may pulis sa Dubai compare dito. Parang parang wala lang. Um, Safety here in Sydney, safe din naman dito talaga, um, compare sa ibang city all over the world. Ah, but hindi siya gano'n ka-safe because based on my experience, like, I remember I have my Lululemon na water bottle and my Adidas shoes. Like, literally nilabas ko siya, pinatong ko siya sa bench kasi nga, sa bench malapit sa bahay namin kasi nga ipa-park ko yung kotse at may kukunin ako sa loob, may nakalimutan ako. Like literally less than 5 minutes, pagbalik ko wala na yung water bottle ko tsaka yung shoes. So sad to say that. So, um, I don't know if I can consider that not safe, but yes, mayroon akong bad experience na gano'n dito sa Sydney, which is I never experienced sa Dubai. So, hindi naman dahil siguro nangyari sa akin 'yun, it's not safe here. It's just siguro na naswertehan lang ako that time. Ako yung nakuhanan. But yes, siguro siguro lang talaga sa Dubai is very controlled kasi yung mga tao kaya, um, mas disiplinado sila or mas takot sila gumawa ng crime. Unlike here in Sydney, um, there's so much freedom nga. As I always say, there's so much freedom here. Um, they can always do whatever they want nga. Kaya medyo medyo may mga places na kailangan talaga careful ka or may mga places na may mga mas mataas yung crime rate. But overall, safe. Safe pa rin talaga sa Sydney. But if I'm gonna compare Sydney versus Dubai, mas safe ang Dubai for me. At least for me, based sa experience ko. Tsaka living in Dubai for 5 years, never ako na-scam. But since I moved here in Sydney, I don't know kung nagkataon na lang ba yun, but lagi akong nananakawan ng credit card. Not physical credit card, but lagi ako na-scam. Like, ilang beses nang may nagnakaw. Actually, may nagnakaw ng physical credit card ko. So, nag-apply ako ng credit card. So, i-de-deliver sa bahay. So, hindi siya dumating. Hindi siya dumating. Di ko pa siya finalo up kasi it's less than 10 days. But, na-surprise ako na may nag-message sa akin na may gumamit na ng credit card worth $2,000. And which I never experienced in Dubai na ma-scam or someone use my credit card. Kasi nga I remember sa Dubai, very strict. Pagdating din sa mga delivery ng mga package, I remember na especially when it's credit card or anything bank related ang i-de-deliver, hindi mo siya makukuha unless ipapakita mo yung Emirates ID mo o yung resident ID mo. But here in Sydney, dina-drop lang nila yung credit card or yung credit card or yung debit card mo sa mailbox. So, puwede kang manakawan 'pag hindi mo nilalak yung ano mo, yung mailbox. I'm not so sure kung sa mailbox siya nakuha, but yes, nanakawan ako ng credit card. And in less than a year, 3 beses na ako nagpa-block ng credit card and ATM card kasi nga laging may dispute transaction na umabot ng $500, you know? So, hindi ko alam kung dahil ba dahil ba yun nasa Sydney ako or sa taga-Sydney yung gumagawa or I'm not so sure. So, na-share ko lang yung experience ko. But that is something na never ko na-experience nung nasa Dubai pa ako na magkaroon ng dispute na transaction. So, fifth on my list is culture and people. So, let's talk about Dubai. Dubai is a very diverse. Ang dami sobrang expat from different cities, different countries all over the world. So, but mainly, you need to adjust sa mga locals sa Dubai kasi um, there some of them, actually not all of them, some of them are still conservative sa especially sa pananamit, sa the way we act sa public. Yes, some of the locals are still conservative but not all. Meron na rin namang mga local na very open, but uh, marami pa ring mga locals na very conservative. So we need to be careful about that, especially on how we act on public nung nasa Dubai pa. But here in Sydney, people are very open. Even even though dito sa Sydney marami ring mga expat from all over the world, but I can say they're more friendly, they're more open. So hindi katulad sa Dubai na mas careful ka. Though here you still have to be careful kasi nga iba-iba personality from different countries, different cities. But hindi katulad sa Dubai na you have to be more careful. Especially during Ramadan sa Dubai. Um, though Dubai is an open city naman na, especially nung dumating na ako around 2018, open city na siya. So means compared to other Emirates, mas open ang Dubai, like pwede ka nang mag-wear ng bikini sa beach, mga ganyan, sexy clothes. Unlike sa ibang Emirates like Sharjah and Abu Dhabi. I'm not sure Abu Dhabi but I'm so sure about sa Sharjah. Hindi ka pa pwede mag-shorts. I remember I went to Sharjah na hindi ko alam na bawal pala mag-short because I went there for activity, what actually meron akong sinalihang club na water sports. So I'm just wearing shorts kasi nga may water training kami from Dubai. Galing akong Dubai papuntang Sharjah. So sinita ako ng police. So, what I did is bumili ako ng scarf para to wrap around dun sa legs ko para lang ma-cover siya kasi bawal pa siya. Hindi pa open masyado ang Sharjah about that. But Dubai, it's very open na talaga. So, seven on my list is job opportunity. Dubai has a booming market for hospitality, retail, and corporate jobs. But here in Sydney, I can say um, it's on a competitive side sa paghahanap ng jobs. Um, I think depende rin talaga kung anong visa yung meron ka. But like for me, yung case ko is I'm having a 482 visa or company sponsored visa. So it's so hard for me just move another job kasi nga first of all, I cannot do casual job kasi nga nakatali ako sa company. Based on my contract, I can only work for the company. I'm not allowed to work as a part-time sa ibang company. I can only work as a casual or I mean I can only work for the company na nag-sponsor sa akin. But based sa mga friends ko na nagka-casual job, it's easy to find casual job. Parang pansin ko, hindi naman ganun kahirap makakuha ng mga casual job. But for me, like, na someone na 482 visa or company-sponsored visa, it's very difficult to to just move, um, one company to another company because I remember nung medyo bago-bago pa ako dito sa Sydney. So I got an email, uh, invitation for interview and trial. So actually yung company na yun is sikat siya dito sa Sydney. One of the biggest hotel here in Sydney. So out of curiosity, pinuntahan ko yung interview and nag-trial ako. So they're really So, sorry nawala yung mic. So, nawala yung voice. So, yun na nga, back to the story. So, they're really happy to hire me, but unfortunately, hindi sila nag-sponsor. So, pansin ko yon, even after that, may nakuha pa akong mga job offer, but unfortunately, hindi nga sila nag-sponsor. So, they're happy to hire me if naka-dependent visa ako or naka-student visa ako, but yes, they don't sponsor. So, for me, mas mahirap mag-explore ng job opportunity dito sa Australia, or mas complicated yung ah, process dito sa pag-move ng one company to another company compare sa Dubai. Sa Dubai kasi very straightforward. 'Pag habang kung may work ka at gusto mong lumipat, just give your resignation and then you can move to another company. Unlike here sa Sydney or sa Australia, very complicated yung process ng paghahanap ng job or pagpa-process ng job kasi nga depending on your visa. So overall, Dubai and city are both beautiful but very 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 different. Um Siguro I can say that Dubai is good sa mga taong nagsisimula pa lang sa buhay or nagsisimula pa lang sa career nila. Kasi nga there's a lot of opportunities sa Dubai to explore, and masyadong advanced ang Dubai. Parang Dubai always aim for the best and number one or first in the world. So when it comes to that side, very advanced ang Dubai. So, feeling ko mas marami kang matututunan sa Dubai kung baguhan ka pa lang sa career mo and gusto mo pa lang maka-save ng money. But, the one downside about Dubai is wala kasing permanent residence sa Dubai. From what I know, they give golden visa or some kind of visa, but it's not permanent residency unless mapag-asawa ka ng lokal. 'Di ba? But yes, as an expat, there's no permanent residency in Dubai. So yun yung downside niya. So I always suggest kung baguhan ka pa nga lang is mag-Dubai ka, try mo yung Dubai. But if you are on the later side na ng career mo na tapos ka na mag-explore or pagod ka na sa busy life, busy life na sobrang busy na lagi ka lang work, 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 and gusto mo na dun sa side na medyo mas relax ka and yung dun sa part ng life mo na mas marami kang time outside work. So Sydney is best for you, or I can say Sydney is best, or I'm not so sure. I cannot say Australia because dito pa lang ako nakatira sa Sydney. I'm not so sure about other states, but I can say that Sydney is good for family. Yes, good for family na mas marami kang time sa family mo kaysa you spend time sa work mo. So, depending on depending on what you want, so you can choose Sydney or Dubai. So, if you're planning to move here in Sydney, so mapapayo ko sa'yo, you have to come very, very prepared physically, emotionally, and financially. Financially talaga for me. Kasi maraming unexpected na gastos dito na lalo na kung galing kang Dubai na hindi mo na-expect na ikaw pala mag-shoulder ng mga expenses na yon. So, mapapayo ko is do more research. Don't be like me na sobrang naging kampante ako kasi nga akala ko na moving here, it's gonna be easy like nung nag-move ako from Philippines to Dubai. So akala ko everything's gonna be smooth pero hindi pala gano'n. That's why you have to be financially ready. Kasi nga Sydney is one of the most expensive city to live in, and gagawin mo siya lahat all by yourself, yung paghahanap ng bahay, pagkuha ng pag-open ng bank, and then, everything. And pagkuha ng private insurance, unlike nung sa Dubai ako. So, yes, yun yung mapapayo ko, you have to come really, really, really prepare. So if you have more questions or if you have some topic in your mind na gusto mong i-tackle ko on my next video, so let me know, comment down below.